the great new stuff that we have, and about 50 folks came out for that, and they showed up at the airplane, and they got on board, and they walked very quickly through the airplane. And my petty officers were a little upset. They'd worked on what they were going to say and how they were going to introduce it and how we were going to get the groups all set up. Turns out that they weren't particularly interested in the airplane. They didn't really care about our new technology and all of our high-tech systems, because what they were really interested in finding out was who was manning our Navy today. Who were the men and women that were doing the job today? And I will tell you, that evening after the static display, I had the pleasure of going to their reunion luau and speaking to them. And after I was done talking, almost every single one of the people that had been in the hangar that day came up to me and said, I got to tell you, you ought to be proud of the people that you had the pleasure of serving with. I talked to this guy, or I talked to that guy. Or let me tell you this story. When I used to detach with VP-6, and we used to take the best maintainers with us only because we knew that if we ever got into trouble, we would need help. I talked to a whole bunch of your maintainers on the hangar deck today, and I would take any of those guys with me. My point was, and my point is, the thing that made, the difference that made to me is you hear so frequently from time to time about older generations saying that the younger generations don't quite get it, or aren't quite there, or have somehow missing the mark. It was great for me personally to see this group of veterans that spanned several decades of VP-6's tenure walk up to me and say, this younger generation has got it. We are proud of them. We are proud to have them in our Navy and to join our legacy. And I will tell you that today I had the pleasure of having brought Airman James Ralston, could you stand up there for a second, with me. He is my Blue Jacket of the Year, a phenomenal sailor, intelligent, articulate, and I will tell you that he is not unlike all of his peers. We have a great group of kids, but I would ask you if you could please join me in a round of applause to him as he represents all of our sailors today. Thanks a lot. And he is joined here today by his father and his brothers, Tyler and Brandon, so hopefully we can have some of this rub off on them as well. But ladies and gentlemen, in finishing, I just want to say one thing. It's inspiring for me to know that there's something larger that I am part of than VP-4 today. And I'll explain the skinny dragon thing to you. It's a great story, but far too long. It inspires me to be part of that. It inspires me to want to be better than I am. It inspires the squadron today to want to be better than they are. Airman Ralston is going to go back and he's going to talk to his shop. He's going to talk to folks about his age, and he's going to tell them what we've seen here today and what we've done on this trip. And he's going to tell them how important it is that they continue to give their best every single day so that we can earn our spot in this squadron, as everybody has. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Commander Thomas. It is now my pleasure to introduce Captain Jamie Navarro, United States Navy, representing the VP-4 Veterans Association and the sponsors of this commemorative plaque.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is clearly a privilege to be here today with you and to represent the VP-4 Veterans Association. Skipper Thomas, thank you for your remarks. Now, we didn't choreograph this. In fact, I met him today. I met you today. But you talked about the history, and you talked about today, and I'm going to talk about the VP-4 Association a little bit, and I think we've covered all the pillars here today. Thank you very much. And I know, thank you for making that long journey from Hawaii. I know I've done that route across the Pacific, especially all the way to here for a VP reunion or something, and turn right back in 4 days. That's painful, although the time here is great, I have to admit. For all those in the audience, VP-4 Veterans Association, some of who I've met just today. Thank you for joining us today. And I want to, just quickly, I can't help myself, but I made captain, not by miracles, but actually by the help of a certain officer in here. And I'd like to just, Skipper Marty Alford, Skipper XO in the 85, 86, 87 time frame. He'll never admit it, but I used to call him my official sea daddy, and I think people know what that means. Gave me all the guidance and told me what to do. I really think where he really served is when he covered for me when I was a lieutenant. And I'll just leave it there and say thank you, sir. The VP-4 Veterans Association was established in 1998 as an organization for members who are or have been attached to VP-4. The association currently has an active roster of 1,400 members. Members that range to members who served with predecessor squadrons prior to and during World War II, members who were plank owners of VP-4 when it was first established in 1947, and of course all the members that have served since to present day with Skipper Thomas. This past October, the association had their 6th biannual reunion in Dallas-Fort Worth. One of the things that they do is bring people together. They had 133 members plus guests participating. I've spoke to some of the members that are here that went to that, and they're still smiling, so I assume that was a great time. They don't have a lot of detail. Don't have a lot of detail, but it was a good time. So this is not. So those are the kind of stories they share. The purpose of the associations is pretty simple. First and foremost, of course, is just to bring together past and present squadron members. Second is to promote an understanding of VP-4, of VP aviation, and talk about the opportunities out there. And lastly, just to promote, as we've done today, the contributions that VP-4 has made to the proud heritage of maritime patrol, reconnaissance forces, and whatever those other missions that you do that we can't talk about. Earlier this year, VP-4 Association decided to honor those who served in Patrol Squadron 4 by commissioning a commemorative plaque to be henceforth displayed here at the U.S. Memorial, U.S. Navy Memorial. The plaque was cooperatively designed by the U.S. Navy Memorial Foundation staff and the VP-4 Veterans Association. The plaque displays the earliest and the most current patch of the squadron in an image of a Patrol Squadron 4 P3 against the background of a rising sun seascape. The plaque with its inscription in honor of all who served will be physically displayed here, but may also be viewed on that wonderful website, www.vp4association.com. I clearly want to thank Skipper Thomas, VP-4, Airman Ralston, and his family for joining us here today and making that journey. You know, I didn't mention this, but I can still smell coconut oil in your uniform. You don't realize that because you're from Hawaii, but I can smell it. In closing, I want to just say to everybody, I think you know the word, an appreciative mahalo for joining us here. And you can join me in offering a cheerful aloha for your journey home, back to Hawaii, back to Stafford, and back to your locations. For everyone, have a great day, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain Navarro. At this time, would everyone